KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we go to the bottom of the seventh. American Falls up 3-2. 3 runs on 2 hits today for the Lady Beavers. Preston with 2 runs back in the first inning. They have 2 runs on a total of 7 hits in the day. Ellie Keller, Paisley Campbell, and Allie Smith due up. As Keller walks to the plate, Preston only 1 time today has had the leadoff batter on base, and they could use a base runner right now. So here's Keller. First pitch hit in the air to left center field. Playable. Here comes the left fielder, but it bounces in front of her, and that's going to allow Ellie to go to second base, and there's the tying run in scoring position with nobody out. Not exactly sure what McHargrave was looking at, unless she was just looking back into the sun and never saw the ball. But it hit in front of her, and Keller, hustling all the way, goes to second base, and there's the tying run. So here's Paisley Campbell, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then has made out since. So she's 0 for 2 on the day, as the first pitch misses, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Mendez ready. The next pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. As the next pitch home, that is on the corner, and it's 1-2. Of all the situations where you want to try to push a bunt along the first base line, this is it. You want to try to get the tying run to third base. As he hits the ball full swing, hits it in the air into the gap in left center, and that one's going to fall. And then bounces behind Sprague in center. Here comes Keller. She will score, and we're tied at 3. So back-to-back doubles for the Indians. Keller scores to tie the game, and still with nobody out. Now the winning run is at second base, and now here is Allie Smith. Smith, who came in to replace Rachel Gilbert back in the 5th inning, singled her only time up. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound, as here comes the head man for the Lady Beavers, Steve Mendez, the father of the pitcher and the first baseman, coming out to the mound, as he's not only going to get together with the infield, but he's going to get together with everybody as the outfield comes in as well. As they'll talk about it here with nobody out, and Preston now with the winning run standing at second base as they get back-to-back doubles to open here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So they push across a run. Their first run they've scored since the first inning in the game today. So Preston now 3 runs on 8 hits, as they've had at least 1 hit in each of the last 4 innings, and in every inning except the 3rd, when Mackenzie Mendez set the side down in order. So the meeting at the mound breaks up. Everyone's going back to their positions now, as the home plate umpire, Gary Carlson, comes over to say something into the dugout on the first base side of American Falls. And here is Allie Smith. First pitch to Smith, shows bunt, and bunts it. They're going to say it's fair, and nope, now Carlson's going to call it foul. He waited until the play was made at first base to throw his hands up. He pointed down at the ground, which means nothing. If it's a foul ball, throw your hands in the air. As Preston's playing out the play without reason. So Smith is going to come back up here to the plate. She was run back in the dugout. She thought she was out. So it's a foul ball, 0-1. Campbell back to second base. Nobody out here in the inning. They're sneaking up at third, expecting a bunt. She does bunt out in front of home plate, and it's a good one. The throw to first is in time, but the sacrifice gets the winning run to third with one out. So the sacrifice 2-3, and now Dunn and Jones will come up with the winning run at third, and Preston looking to wrap this thing up right here. Here's Dunn, the hottest bat on the team. First ball swinging, hits it in the air to left. That's deep enough. The left fielder over to make the catch. Tagging and coming is Campbell. She will score, and Preston wins 4-3 in walk-off fashion. So Chloe Dunn, who's hit in 13 straight games, didn't do it with a hit, but rather with a scoring fly ball. As coming home was Campbell, as Preston scores 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they win it by the final score of 4-3. Stay tuned. The post-game show's coming up next. We'll talk about this game and tell you what's next for the Lady Indians as the district tournament continues here at Tony Hansen Field. Stay tuned. The post-game show's coming up as Preston wins it in a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-3, the final. We'll be right back with the post-game show coming up next.